Hello and how's it going? Lewis here from Monster, and today I'm going to be bringing you a first look at Fowl Space. Now this game is produced by Pixelante Studios and is currently on Steam for I believe £3.59, which is not too bad for your regular indie game. It's about your average price, I would say. Now Fowl Space is a very odd game in which the idea of the game is you're a rooster. Yes, a rooster or a fowl, depending on how you want to look at it. And you have a rather large problem with the sun. So what do? Well, we decided we're going to go up to the sun and we're going to blow it up. But unfortunately, there is a problem. Now the problem is the sun has been hijacked by a bunch of Vikings who are really into their lingerie, weirdly enough. You never saw that one coming. So yes, we're going to jump in and have a little look at what it's like. So I played a bit of it and it's really weird. I like it, but it's weird. So let's have a look at the options. So the options are very basic. You have your difficulty, easy, normal, hard. I guess you can understand what that one means. I've been told I have to stop swearing on the internet, so yes, FML. Graphics, low, medium, high, and full screen and speed timer. Now with graphics, this is on high. It doesn't look high to me. It still looks very pixely, but this is just an indie game and some of them haven't got the best graphics going, so you can't expect too much. Mass volume, music volume, and effects volume. So very basic really. Backup save files and load save files. With the backup save files, weird enough, it actually takes you to your to the program files for it, and you save them through there. So it hasn't actually got its own actual in-game saver. It saves them. You manually save them yourself, which is a little bit weird. And on this section here, if you don't know what these are, when you're playing the game, you pick up hats. Yes, hats, and you wear the hats. They serve no purpose. But when you're destroying the sun as a rooster fighting Vikings, I guess you need a good hat. I quite like this one here, made out of tin foil. So let's go back. That's basically it. So let's play the game. So you have 5 sections. Each section is quite long and quite strenuous, and each one ends with a monumental boss. So let's jump in with the first level. You have a game in progress already. Are you sure you want to start with a new game? Yes, we do. And we're going to skip that beginning bit, and we're going to do on normal. So this is your regular introduction part. With the controls on the game, it's fairly simple. So your regular WASD will move you around, and your mouse button will move your gun around. As you can see, I have my spiral hat. I think I want my paper hat. Oh no, take that one off. Yeah, there we go, easy. So yeah, we have this mechanical arm attached to us. We can move around our WASDs, and pushing the left-hand mouse button triggers our gun. We have unlimited ammo, which is pretty cool. And if we hold the mouse button down, you can see that my gun fills up with white stuff, and it ejects through the end. No pun intended. Our life is a coffee pot, yes, because you need coffee when you're when you're destroying the sun. You need coffee. So I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes total sense. The same sense that there's a rooster trying to destroy the sun, and there's Vikings who like lingerie on it. So yeah, a bit weird. So G full screen, and if you hold down the jump button, it jumps further up. Now with the physics on this, it's a little bit tricky at first, because your jump button, even if you don't hold it down much, you kind of float around. Obviously we're on the sun, so I don't think there's much gravity on the sun. Well, there would be a lot of gravity, but we're a rooster, so we can fly. So if you double push it, you can hover. Obviously roosters and fowls can't really fly. They're not known for their flying skills as much as their gunning skills. So we can only fly a short space of time. So let's go up here. So some objects explode when shots are exploded. There we go. You'll see that there's a lot of cutscenes during this as well, and they're quite random, like this dude. Pillaging Uranus. You'll notice in this game that there is a vast abundance of extremely cheesy jokes. So, yeah, expect some of those. There are also a lot of jokes that are taken from a lot of games. I'll show you something later. I think we'll finish on something, and it's quite funny. I think you'll get the joke. So, coffee equals life. Obviously, coffee is the source of all nutrition when you're in space, so we need to make sure our coffee pot is full. And checkpoints are everywhere, which is great. So obviously we can charge. Vikings on this are fairly easy to kill. They get harder as you go through. They look a little bit different. They also start getting red rings around them. They also speed up. So at the minute you can see that the game isn't very fast paced, but it does get really fast paced, like more you go into it. So expect that. Oh. It can get very fast paced, which I quite like about it actually. And we just picked up a pair of underwear. So yeah, that's great, because we need underwear. Why? No idea, but it gives us points, valuable points. Coffee can heal everything. So you can get your health by collecting cups of coffee. Now, from what I can tell, they're being quite scattered. We've got it on normal, so I'm guessing if you have it on hard or FML, then you're going to see a larger lackey in the old coffee. But they seem quite generous at the moment, so that's good. Like this one here. With the ability to fly or hover, it does make it a lot easier. You can quite easily get overdone. So we've got a pair of pants. It's good. 175 points, easy. So select hats in the pause menu when you find them. Now, we've already selected our hat, so we're good for that. See, we've already got a paper craft for dummies. So we're good there. Action-wise, the game is quite fun. I think it could get a bit repetitive, unfortunately. From what I played on the first lot of levels, it does drag a little, but you make what you want of it. It's £3.50, so obviously a game like that you can't expect amazing things, but it's a fun game and they put a lot of work into it, so I appreciate that greatly. So let's destroy this back. Oh, no, we hurt ourselves, not good. So in the first couple of levels, this is basically kind of explaining how you play the game. It does stretch on a little bit. Concept-wise for the game, I like the concept. It's very different, evidently. I don't think there's another game out there where you're a fowl destroying the sun, getting attacked by Vikings who like underwear, which is nice. I like games that try and change things. I like games that try and change genres. Obviously, it's an indie game, but it's not your average shooter. And it has got very fast-paced elements to it. So we're starting to find some different enemies now. So these dudes will fly around and they drop bits and bobs on you, so you've got to watch out for that. They're easier to kill than the other dudes as well, so that's great. During the game as well, you'll see these guys behind us. They don't actually do anything, but they shout at you. They shout obscene things at me. Cool. So these big things below us, we can also blow up. But they got quite a good big blast radius, so there we go. With the controls saying that it's going to get a bit awkward, it does get a bit awkward, so at the minute I'm having a bit of a problem. See? Oh. The jumping's probably one thing that I think they could have fixed sensitivity-wise. They could have turned that down. When I was on the options menu, I don't think there was a section there for sensitivity. I would have liked to turn the sensitivity down. Just a little bit. Some more underwear. Perfect. And some coffee. So, like I say, coffee's in good abundance. So we have when you actually get attacked by the Vikings, they actually do quite a bit of damage to you really quickly. So I've taken one hit and we've already lost, like, say, a 7th or an 8th of our coffee pot. I've died a couple of times. And when you get overrun, it's actually, you get quite a lot in a minute. You can die really easily, even for a normal. As you progress through as well, you're also going to get yourself some better guns. So you're not always going to have your machine gun. Oh. So just there's an example for you. So that's my second hit, and we're already below halfway on health. good thing with the coffee mugs though is when you do pick up a coffee mug, it does like give you full health, which is great. Hey you, Astrocock, you've come already. I always knew you would come. Too quickly. We're a premature chicken. Bad times. So there's your first in the line of cheesy jokes. The old classic, get to the chopper. And believe me, this game is full of them. This game is full of cheesy jokes. You'll see billions of them. And I'm going to save the best one for last, I think. Because I can control that cheesy joke. And you will see that. You'll probably see it really soon, actually. So, man, we could really do with some coffee. I like the idea of the coffee for health. Because that's basically what I live off, which is it keeps me alive in these lonely nights when I'm sat here making videos for you. Oh, jeez, so close to dying. I'm just going to collect the rest of our underwear. Nice. With the gun as well, if you haven't already realised, when I fire up sometimes, some of my blobs come back down. Like one there, there's a couple over there. So your gun's actually physics-based as well, which is quite nice. So for instance, if I fire my big bazooka rod over here, my white stuff comes all splatting down everywhere. Oh! Here we go, so we croaked it. Don't worry, he's just sleeping or dead. One of the two. Awesome. And here's quite a funny one for you. You can hear little dudes in the background going a bit mental. AI-wise, it does need a bit of work, but yeah. So you can choose to continue, you can go back to your main menu, or you can just win. There you go. You won the game. You're just winning all the time. But I think for now we will carry on for a second. So gameplay-wise, we're already on the first level, and it's picking up quite a bit. It picks up quite quickly. You have to learn the... I know there's not much in the way of controls, but the dynamics and the way that you jump around and stuff, you need to pick that up quite quickly. The enemies do start swarming, and they get harder quite quickly, actually. So you need to make sure that you're very clued up on your jumping tactics. Make sure you've got high coffee as well. Here we go. So now we've got some of the red ones jumping around. Now, these red ones have high life. They also are faster, much faster. So you can see what I mean when I say that they come in swarms. And these bad guys here, these take a bit more attacking than the rest. So when they're beating their drums, what it does is it basically attracts more enemies. So you need to bring them down quick. There we go. Collect our underwear. Hey, we got an Amish hat. I haven't got that one. Let's put our Amish hat on. We need to be Amish. Oh, yes. That is so nice. Our Viking hat. So great. Let us press forward. So, overall impressions of the game. That's a bit of a hard one. The storyline, I always review games in certain sections. So, the storyline to the game is very original. I like the storyline. I like the idea behind it. It's different. It's good. I like different. I think you can go a little bit too different, but I've seen a lot different than this, so I think we're good on that side of things. Gameplay wise, a bit repetitive. Good, but repetitive. Could be a bit annoying. I think if you're playing this on hard or FML and was constantly dying, I would probably end up switching it off. But for a mess about, for £3.50, you can't really go wrong. I will probably play this all the way through. I've literally just done like the first couple of the levels as a mess about. And I haven't got a problem playing through them. I haven't got bored. But if I kept dying, I probably would get very bored. So I would I'd probably say just medium it all the way through. Unless you want to be hardcore and top yourself up on your own coffee and cane it through. But that's not for me, I'm afraid. So yeah, gameplay-wise, a little bit boring at certain parts, and a little bit repetitive. Graphics, it's an indie game, so don't expect anything special. They don't need to make them special for indie games, so I'm not even going to touch that. What I will say is I think they should have had one selected quality for it, because this is maximum quality. We haven't even got a full screen, and it's still very patchy and pixely, so I dread to know what bad quality looks like. Actually, let's try bad quality. Graphics, low. So bad graphics looks not really much different, to be completely honest. I think we've lost a bit of weight from lowering the graphical quality, which is great for roosters, I guess, but not good for my game playing. So let's move that one back up. There we go. Yeah, so there's not really much in it. So how would I rate the game? I would rate the game with the gameage. I would rate the game a fun-to-play shooter with a great sense of style and great comedy factors. So some of the stuff it comes out with, some of the little taglines they throw at you, can be really, really funny, but you kind of see them coming. There is a couple of Mass Effect 3 ones I've seen in there to do with the ending of it, which is quite smooth, seeing as it only just came out. God knows how they got that in so quickly, but that's awesome. And yeah, so I think I will finish it here with my ultimate going mentalage. Yeah, just tops off the weirdness of the game, I think. You pick up this, and you go a bit berserk, and you make weird noises. Yes, great. So, that is it. I will leave it there. My name is Lewis, and this dude's just picking up the rest of them because they're out of coffee. And I will see you soon for another review, and make sure you check out some of the other videos on the Monster Tech channel. I will see you soon. Goodbye.